first week of the season with a second of two on a Monday night between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff in the stack.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Mahomes now to throw. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now we're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, That's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. Go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Edwards-Helaire is in. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 46 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Play action. It's Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Here's Herbert. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Eckler is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. Calling a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been in a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. They snap it to Herbert. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. Oh, they were so close to the goal line, Charles. 4th down, they figure, well, we'll go for it. But the decision to pass winds up being a bad one with that interception.
Well, I think you said it really well. They may have just figured we're this close, we may as well go for it. Or they had a plan right from the beginning coming into this game to be aggressive. In any event, it didn't work out for them.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalposts here. 1st and 10. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And some room to run now. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Final 30 seconds of this 1st quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson, and the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
On 2nd down and 4, Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. After a 1-point game, 7-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he's got room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. That is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6.
Chargers 6. Harrison Butker to kick off 14-6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Charger drive about to get going.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end.
Herbert has it knocked free, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
Chargers 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
This offense hoping to do better than last drive. Remember, they had the fumble that set up the short field, and then they gave up the touchdown, CD.
And so many people talk about how you have to have a short memory after you make a mistake in the NFL. I don't totally subscribe to that, partner. I think that you have to remember what you did and figure out how to not do it again. Get out there and execute the next time out. Avoid those errors and get some momentum built back up for your offense.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the Chiefs.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes, and it's caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
28, Chargers 6. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. That's taken at around the 40. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, it might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just...
Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
They'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Herbert. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 53 yards. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. That's caught. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. And the formula there on the two-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trip to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 24 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. In trouble, and he's taken down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mahomes going to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him, and that's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
Running on first down, Eckler. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
Sliding out of the pocket.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off. Not the kind of game that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Mahomes.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Chargers 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Charger drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is going to be incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. Gerald Everett, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
After right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 96 yards on the ground for Eckler here. That's a 1st down.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
It's Eckler again. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
But they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. Catch is made by Hardman. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing now is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Chiefs are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Chiefs 42, Chargers 24. Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Williams brings it in. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 70 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Back to throw here. Got his man complete. Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's Edwards-Helaire. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a
already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Chiefs have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here. At home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. They'll roll him out right.
Into the hands of Williams across the formation.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
He's airing it out for Williams. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it.
Crossing route complete to Ross.
And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, partner, that'll do it. These week one primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used.